Behind this busy restaurant in the southeast New South Wales town of Cooma is the story of a young Lebanese couple who migrated to Australia in the 1970s to raise a family. Joe and Rose Nasser had two young children when they left everything behind to settle in a new country on the other side of the world. Rose, which part of Lebanon do you come from?
North of Lebanon and a town called Basarma. My dad, he left in Brazil early age. I was 4 years old. I can't remember him. And then my mom followed him 10 years later with my two brothers. And I stayed in Lebanon with my grandmother, me and my sister.
Why did they go to Brazil?
Like everybody, make good future. In Lebanon, he used to do like RTA here in the road. Yeah, but it's not enough money we all survive from it. Lebanese people, they went all over the world. Like some come to Australia, some come to America. So, yeah, my parents decided to go to Brazil. That was very sad then. Me and my sister, we stayed like crying for, oh my God, about a year. Like we miss them a lot. We miss my mom and my brothers, and yeah.
How old were you and your sister?
My sister, she was about 10 years old, and I was about 12. Yeah, we had a hard time then. And I met Joe where I was 14 years old.
I born in our village in Lebanon, called Hasroun. It's in the north of Lebanon, next to the Cedars of Lebanon. We had some land, up in the mountain. And my father used to work in the field. Now orchard like apple, pears, and cherries. We used to walk up to maybe 2 hours to get there, uphill. Was a little bit hard, to get there. And that time was no road up to the mountain. And we used to use a donkey or walk. I remember when I'm 5 years old, we used to go to the field, to work. And that's how we used to survive from, whatever we can get from the garden, all, the vegetable and things like that. We used to dry them or pickle them, do whatever, to keep them for the winter. And that's how we used to survive, I suppose. Then I learned, that carpentry trade at school. Then I met Rose.
In Lebanon, in that culture, what's it like being boyfriend and girlfriend?
Well, it's completely different than these days. Our parents used to be very hard on us. And the girls, in Lebanon that time is not allowed to get out with the boys, or doesn't matter if you engage even.
My grandmother has to be with me or my sister, or like we stay at home talking, we all like family talk. Yeah, like if you want to talk to me privately, like we have to sneak out, like outside the door a bit. Yeah, and tell me something if you want to say like I love you or things like that. You can't say it in front of my grandmother. I'd be grounded for that. Very strict was then, yeah, very strict.
So we spent about 4 years together, knowing each other. Then after 4 years we got married.
And you and Rose then migrated to Australia only a few years later with two young children. Why did you decide to leave Lebanon?
Well, the thing is, it's not much work, in Lebanon, and not much ideas, to make a good family or make good money. So I thought, I might try, to come to Australia and see what happened. It's hard to live wherever when you're born and you grow up, and you will never ever forget, that place. Doesn't matter what happened, you never forget that place.
When we came to Australia, no language, no money, nothing. Like we really like just bag of clothes. And Joe started working the next day.
I had no idea about the English language. And it was very hard for me, to understand, first. But they used to give me the job. I used to do it, no problem. I used to do the carpentry daytime and go and do a forklift driver at night time in the warehouse.
We established very hard, yeah. Then the war started in Lebanon. After that, then we kissed the ground. We said, thank God we're here.
The hard work paid off when they bought a house in Sydney and after several years sold it for a good profit and moved to the snowy mountains town of Cooma.
I like the town, I like the area. It reminds me, with my town in Lebanon. And the people of the town, they're very friendly, They're completely different people than the city.
They did well running a laundromat and then they bought a service station. But the business got into trouble.
Then one day the bank manager and Joe, he said, you're not paying the bills properly. And Joe said to me, what can we do? I said to him, I want to try to do Lebanese food. I tried with kebab first. I start with 2 kilo chicken and 1 kilo lamb to see how it goes. Then, and when everybody start to come in and like it, and everybody said, oh my God, it's beautiful. We start making money, and then we stay up there about 12, 13 years, doing very well. I was getting busier and busy every year. Then Tony, my son, said, you should, do something bigger than that, and should tell your mom to move to town, because, make good restaurant and that. And I said to him, yeah, till we sell the 4 mile. So we got a chance, we sold the 4 mile. I went holiday to Lebanon with Joe to see my relative, and he see his brothers and sisters. And when we came back, Tony and the other boys, they done the restaurant all up for us. Yeah, and I cried when I saw that. Then Joe bought the farm here, and he built this house by himself, because he built that Nile by himself, tiling, kitchen, everything.
Thank you.
And he started grow veggie for the restaurant.
That's what my thinking about the beginning, to do a garden and build a house on the property. And my father used to work in the field, exactly what I'm doing here. That's why I like to do it, because it's in my blood. I like it. Some people, they reckon nothing will grow in Cooma because it's cold, but you're going to try. If you try, you find out by yourself if you can or not.
No one used the freezer at home. Like you buy things fresh and you cook it same day. A chicken fresh, same day, meat, everything. Everything freshly made. And that's what I do here in my restaurant. When I at the 4 mile, all the young lady take their children there to eat. And they used to always like chips and hamburgers and things like that. Then I said to them, just try something different, beef rice, beef chicken, beef tabbouleh, hummus, like something healthy for the children. And they start doing that, and the kids like it. And then their children, they ask the mom and dad, can we go to Rosie to have rice and chicken or lamb or tabbouleh, and they grow up with that. And until now, they married those kids, and they got kids, and they can still come in to my restaurant. I love cooking, I enjoy it. If I'm sad or upset or anything like that, I go to the kitchen and forget everything. I love cooking.
It was her grandmother who taught Rose how to cook.
She taught me really well with that. And like something I didn't cook properly, she make me do it again. Always, she said to me, you know what, I can see you in good future with food, the way how you handle the food. Yeah, she can see that in me.
Now 3 generations of the family work in the restaurant.
And I've been thinking, to come to Australia for only a few years, to make some money. I go back to Lebanon and make a business in Lebanon. And we're stuck here because we love the country. And that's why I call the farm here same name as my town in Lebanon, Hasroun.
Still there, and we say, Rose, you're still working, and you say, I don't want to stop.
Yeah, I love working, yeah. If you stop, like I feel I don't know, I like working. As soon as I'm healthy and I like to cook, I continue actually. Yeah, I love to do it.
Is there anything that I haven't drawn from you that you want to say?
And like what happened in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, sad things happen. I lost one of my boys. Yeah, in Jindabyne Lake. Yeah, he was 21. Yeah, Danny. Yeah, that's sad.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about that.
That's all. Yeah, sad things happen too. Not all life happy. Now
Yes.
you get sad things in life.
Yeah. And you've been through a lot, and children look up to you. When you're talking to children and you give them a message about life, what do you say?
Just enjoy life if you can, and be happy and be good, and for your family and children. Spend time with them much if you can.
Well, the first most important thing in life is to have a good family and to really love each other after God.